BT's Business Report is sponsored by Dynamic Funds.
Welcome back. All right, we've been telling you about Hurricane Ida, now downgraded, but wow, the effects that it has left. Let's bring in Mike Eppel, standing by at the Business Center, a.k.a. his basement. Good morning, Mike. How are you?
Yes, the luxurious confines of the compound in Durham region. Parts unknown, as they used to say.
Are you ever getting out of there, by the way, Mike? Are you staying there forever?
Nope. I'm sequestered here for the foreseeable future, it seems like.
Okay.
And that's perfectly fine.
All right.
That's perfectly fine.
You can still get the job done.
I don't miss the drive, Melanie. I got to tell you.
I hear you.
I don't miss the drive.
Okay, and with the gas prices, you definitely don't miss the drive.
There you go. Indeed, because the price of the pumps, we saw it at matching the record high on Friday. It came down just a wee bit over the weekend, but do not be surprised if we see the price spike here in the very foreseeable future because of what is going on in the energy trade as of this morning following Hurricane Ida, which is still a huge storm. But in its aftermath on the Louisiana coast, you had the shutdown of oil refineries. All of the production rigs in the Gulf of Mexico, most of those have been closed. And it's not something you just flip a switch and restart refining production. I mean, we're still in the early stages of the damage assessment here. So we don't know what exactly the long-term implications are for, how long it's going to take to recover from this storm. And even the Colonial Pipeline, we've talked about the Colonial Pipeline in the past being shut down, that key conduit of energy from Houston all the way up to New Jersey. That's one of the key feeder lines in the United States. That's closed temporarily. So I'm watching the price for wholesale gasoline, Melanie, this morning at its highest level. The longest chart I've got is 5 years. So that puts it into perspective. It's up by a couple of cents right now and expected to continue to climb. The price for oil, don't use oil necessarily as the barometer because oil is actually down this morning because there's no place to put it. There's no demand, right? Supply-demand metrics such that they are. So, it's something we're going to watch this week, and we're starting, I think, at $1.39 per liter. We're already starting to see it go up in the States, and it's just likely going to have we've got the long weekend. Do we not have a long weekend coming up?
Coming up, yeah,
Labor Day?
Weekend. You're already thinking ahead to that. Yep.
I'm just thinking about it from a driving perspective and how many people are going to be out on the roads and what that's all going to mean.
It's going to be pricey is what that's going to mean.
Indeed.
All right. Ford Motor Company ramping down some production. Yeah,
the F-150 pickup truck production, 2 plants in Michigan are offline. And the Ford Oakville plant also shut down this week, just on a temporary basis for the Ford Edge and Lincoln Nautilus. They can't get the computer chips. And this is something that has just bedeviled the auto industry this year. Ford, in its case, taking the F-150 offline, that's its best-selling and most profitable vehicle. So this is a big problem, and it's not being figured out anytime soon. And all of the auto industry, the entire auto industry has talked about how computer it's sort of been the poster child of the computer chip shortage, but there are other industries just as badly hurt. But when you talk about taking an entire plant offline because of it, well, it makes headlines, and that's what we're seeing with the Ford Motor Company today.
Absolutely. Finally for you, Mike, a quick market check.
Yeah, records on Friday after the head of the U.S. Central Bank, Jerome Powell, gave a big speech and said, calm down about the U.S. Central Bank pulling back on stimulus. So up the stock markets went, and the TSX set a record. The S&P 500 at its 52nd record of the year. And this week, we do have an OPEC meeting on Wednesday, Melanie, so that's going to be a key for the energy trade as well. They might actually cut back production, for goodness sakes, or ramp things up. We do not know at this point. And the Canadian dollar starting things off just above 79 cents U.S.
All right, lots going on, Mike, as always, in the business world. Appreciate your time. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.